High school is already terrifying enough on its own, but imagine if your teachers weren't just strict, they were literal killer robots in disguise. Welcome to Class of 1999. A sci-fi horror oddity released in 1990, this sequel in spirit to Class of 1984 didn't exactly ace its box office exams, but over the years it's gained a small cult status for its wild premise, over-the-top action, and a cast that includes Stacy Keach rocking albino hair and Pam Grier turning into a walking flamethrower. It's the kind of VHS fever dream you'd find in the dusty back corner of a video store. So today we're asking, is Class of 1999 the fun sci-fi horror movie you missed, or the one that you wisely skipped? Set in the near future circa 1999 Seattle, where violent youth gangs have turned high schools into free fire zones. So in an attempt to restore order, the government's Department of Educational Defense reopens schools by staffing them with free human-like android teachers. The story follows Cody, an ex-con Blackheart's gang member, who returns to Kennedy High, a school overrun by the rival Razorheads and Blackhearts, just as the new android teachers arrive, with Stacy Keach's Dr. Robert Forrest introducing them as the solution to their problems, with Cody and the principal's spoiled daughter Chrissy discovering the android cover-up. Eventually, Cody leads a full-on gang alliance into a full-scale showdown at the high school, and in the climax, the movie practically turns into a full-blown horror movie, with each android revealing its secret weapon, sprouting motorized drill claws, miniguns, and built-in flamethrowers. The movie is carried by a cast of 80s and 90s genre veterans who gleefully ham it up. Stacy Keach chews the scenery as the corporate ringleader overseeing the killer teachers. Malcolm McDowell pops in briefly as Principal Miles Langford, and Pam Grier oozes the badass presence she earned in her blaxploitation heyday. Mark L. Lester, fresh off films like Commando and Class of 1984, brings a no-nonsense action-savvy direction to Class of 1999. It very much has a B-movie aesthetic, gritty on-location photography with Seattle doubling as a dystopian future. The style is pulpy and kinetic, mixing street gang grit with retro-futuristic tech. Though the FX budget was limited, the film strives to be bloody and bombastic, with most of the effects being done practically, which gives the violence a tactile pop. The android transformations are creatively goofy, with the final fight basically being a low-budget Terminator boss battle. Limbs get chopped off, sparks fly, and green goo spurts are very silly but thoroughly entertaining. Don't expect any deep social insights in this movie. It's more of a drive-in exploitation than social drama. The movie isn't a solemn warning so much as it's a tongue-in-cheek cautionary fantasy. Unlike its predecessor, the movie is very content to be just an enjoyably daft sci-fi romp. It shares a lot of inspirations and DNA with a host of other 80s sci-fi action films, with the premise of murderous teacher robots immediately recalling stuff like the Terminator and RoboCop. And the high school gang setting also brings to mind stuff like The Warriors and even Class of 1984 looming in the background. This film flips the original's premise on its head, whereas the 1982 film had brutal teens victimizing a teacher. Class of 1999 cast the teens as the sympathetic good guys up against the now villainous educators. It's a neat inversion, but it's also why it shouldn't really work as, or be considered a proper follow-up to that movie. So despite its over-the-top fun, it was sadly a theatrical flop, grossing only about $2.4 million against a roughly $6 million budget, so it disappeared quickly into obscurity, giving rise to the very loose direct-to-video sequel Class of 1999 2, The Substitute. Overall, this film is exactly the kind of crazy sci-fi horror that a cable channel compilation needs. It's flawed, the plot is thin, and some of the dialogue is very cheesy, but those flaws are exactly part of its warped charm. The strengths far outweigh them if you're in the right mood and know what you're getting yourself into. The killer teachers and pulpy frills are enough to make it memorable. Not a masterpiece by any stretch, but genre fans will have a blast with it. It's a hidden oddball waiting to be discovered with every spasm and explosion, a reminder of what old school flavored sci-fi schlock can do when it goes full throttle. Thanks for watching this review. Be sure to subscribe for more videos. Until next time, be sure to consume as much entertainment as humanly possible, and I'll see you in the next video.